Hello everyone, Dota2 Talk here. In this video, I'll be talking about Bloodseeker's talent tree, which was introduced in patch 7.00. Please keep in mind this is not a beginner's guide, which means you should at least know each hero's playstyle and mechanics. Bloodseeker is normally positioned in safe lane or mid or in a jungle in the early game, and he starts ganking when he has rupture at level 6. Looking at level 10 talent tree, you either get plus 5 armor or 25 damage. Before picking one of these talents, you have to start thinking about which one of these would benefit you most towards late game and your team composition as well. If enemy team have more than 2 fast physical attacks heroes with great defensive abilities like Phantom Assassin for example, that has blur, or windrunner with windrun, you would best to take plus 5 armor instead, because with a chance to miss an attack and being slightly more fragile, the plus 25 damage is basically a dead talent. However, with plus 5 armor in this situation, this gives Bloodseeker enough armor for survivability, and with longer survivability, Bloodseeker can take 2 to 3 more attacks without dying. He can kite ruptured units like Phantom Assassin or Windrunner, forcing them to make harder decisions to either keep on fighting a tanky Bloodseeker with plus 5 armor under bloodrage or retreat with rupture. And by the time they start walking and stopping from rupture, you should have enough time by buying your team enough time to teleport and follow up with a ruptured target. So the plus 25 damage is not that great if you have a chance to miss attacking these heroes, so plus 5 is much more better in value. But if an enemy team have many squishy supports or squishy carry heroes with no passive defensive abilities or escape abilities, take the plus 25 damage, because normally when they get ruptured, they will most likely teleport away. So if say bloodrite was on cooldown, you have the extra 25 damage and bloodrage to amplify your damage, you can just quickly secure a kill this way. At level 15, you either get plus 30 attack speed or 250 health. If your team have a reliable lockdown and initiating heroes like Magnus, Enigma, Tidehunter or Beastmaster, you must take the plus 30 attack speed. As soon as your Magnus, Enigma, Tidehunter or Beastmaster starts initiating with the ultimate, you as a Bloodseeker, you should quickly buff yourself, pre-buff yourself with Bloodrage, right? Through communication, and use Bloodrite straight away. As soon as they use stun, you drop Bloodrite, and then you do the extra damage from Bloodrage amplification, and then also it silences them, and then you just auto attack them and burn them down. The plus 30 attack speed greatly improves your damage output, so allows you to quickly finish off all stun enemy units and also silence them. And if any survives, Bloodseeker can just rupture one of them as a follow-up and then finish off with another kill. The only time to take plus 250 health is when you decide to go Blade Mail. Blade Mail Bloodseeker is quite common, and you haven't also gotten yourself a Black King bar when going up against a team of burst enemy heroes like Lion, Queen of Pain, Lena, Zeus, Tinker. As long as Bloodseeker survive their burst damage, he basically just done his job, because he just made them waste the ultimate on him, and he survives. He just turns around and start casting rupture to fight back while enemy spells are on cooldown. And then while they're ruptured and they have used their teleport, so they can't run and they can't teleport, and by the time you are being chased by them, being nuked down, your supports or your other team members should already start teleporting. So by the time you cast rupture and turn around, you and your team should just start chasing the ruptured unit. So the plus 250 health is also great against heroes like Ancient Apparition or an Axe, because with the extra health, AA's Ice Blast won't be able to kill you. Axe won't be able to Culling Blade you easily, so making you less viable target. At level 20, you either get minus 30 second respawn time or plus 10 to all stats. Okay, Bloodseeker is meant to be played very aggressively, so he's mainly like a search and destroy type of hero, so that makes him, the one that do pick off lonely heroes or that sort of stuff. But however, Bloodseeker is not being picked in competitive pro games. Like, why? Because before patch 7.00, right, before all these talent tree, being a search and destroy type of hero, he is very predictable and is easily baited. Just like when you ruptured an enemy hero, when you found them, you have just pretty much forced that ruptured enemy hero's team members to teleport to help him. So that's really predictable. And then by doing that, you basically just baited yourself to an enemy team fight or whatever. So when his reinforcement is coming, right? This is a good thing actually, because when you rupture that person, you basically made some space for your teammates. All right. However, if you overcommit once you rupture someone and you just keep on chasing and be like, all right, I'll take you down, it doesn't matter, right? You overcommit, you will die. Therefore, you're feeding them gold and experience to the ones that teleport as well. So, or you can just decide to walk away safely, but you just pretty much wasted your ultimate and your time as well, which you gain nothing out of it. And you should have been using that time to be farming for your items. So, but now with the minus 30-second respawn time from patch 7.0, I feel that Bloodseeker should be able to overcommit easily and confidently to take out the ruptured enemy heroes, especially if it's a core carry hero, while sacrificing yourself. Like, why not? Because number one, if Bloodseeker kills it and he lives, that's pretty much a win. But if Bloodseeker kills it and then Bloodseeker dies as well, Bloodseeker will respawn quicker. And then the one he just killed have a longer cooldown. Longer respawn time. And then another thing is all of Bloodseeker's ability have low cooldown. So Rupture sitting on a minute cooldown is pretty good. So this keeps him going, with the minus 30-second respawn time. When he comes back into the game, the other one's still respawning. He can just TP and then start going for another one. So he's applying pressure and making sure that there's always one enemy hero down. And then, they just have to be defensive or turtle or whatever. So this is the main role that Bloodseeker should be doing the whole time in competitive gaming, but he just hasn't got the chance to do it because, he's just so easily countered and so predictable. Another thing is that, if enemy team has one hero less, if they start grouping up, and Bloodseeker and his team can just start pushing into towers, and he can do this by, doing a forced buyback for the one that just died. So that's really, really strong as well. That's pretty much another win condition, like, for you guys. So we might just be able to see more Bloodseeker in competitive games. So after seeing how viable he is just on paper, the only time I would take the plus 10 to all stats if you don't die as much. However, I feel that the minus 30-second respawn time is still much superior option. At level 25, you either get minus 7-second bloodrite cooldown or 30% lifesteal. This is very simple and straightforward talent. The minus 7-second bloodrite cooldown, meaning Bloodseeker can spam it every 6 seconds now, down from 13 seconds. If you're pushing high ground, you have issues piercing through enemies' defenses, take the minus 7-second bloodrite cooldown because this is where it shines the most. So how do you use bloodrite now, you ask? So what you do is you keep placing it under enemies' tower and barracks. By doing this, you create a dead zone, and Bloodseeker and his allies can enter safely to chip away the tower's health every 3.4 seconds before it detonates. So Bloodrite detonates. If you think about it, Bloodrite actually has a 3.6 seconds cooldown. So because it detonates in 3.4 seconds, right? And after it was used, meaning you can keep making these dead zones to push towers or bait enemies to initiate on you, and they being in risk of being silenced. So it's a really good thing to, pressure. Like, it's sort of like a mind game as well. It's like you put this down, or if you go inside Bloodrite, you guys are safe. Whoever enters gets silenced, and then you keep doing it a few times until your enemies were like, oh, we can't keep this up. Like, the next one they do this, like, we're gonna counter initiate. And then when you see the movement of them coming forward, you drop it and you just pretty much walk in to bait it and then walk out, and then they just blink in, they do the ultimate, they pop BKB, everyone just run away. So this is also another thing that you can do and abuse. Did I also forget to mention that there will be silence for 6 seconds, so which is the actual cooldown of Bloodrite now. Therefore, if they get silenced the first time and then you drop another Bloodrite down, they can continuously be silenced. So like 6 seconds to 12 to 18 if they keep getting hit every time Bloodrite is up. Yeah, so Bloodseeker pretty much gives enemy heroes a hard time to position themselves as well. And you can use bloodrite to manipulate enemy heroes' movement and making their positioning much more predictable. And then once you see this pattern, right, it helps your ally hookshot heroes like Mirana or Pudge or Clockwork to land hooks easily or land arrows easily. The only time I would take 30% lifesteal um, is when I played Bloodseeker, I went full attack speed and glass cannon build. Like that is the only time you would get most out of 30% lifesteal. Attack speed and damage items like Assault Cures, Moonshot, Echo Saber, Butterfly, Miono, Manta Style, and Daedalus is a must-have for Bloodseeker to get the most benefit out of 30% lifesteal. If you don't have two or three of these things, the 30% lifesteal is not going to be strong, and you won't have a lot of attack speed, you won't have a lot of damage. It's just mediocre. So guys, please keep in mind this is just an idea and also the best one I can come up with that works really well with the talent tree by default. However, this does not mean that this talent tree build will always work for Bloodseeker in every game, because in Dota 2 every build will always be different and always change depending on type matchups. This is it for the videos, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's a bit long this time, and I know it's a lot to take in, but once you understand and how to work around the new talent trees and abuse it is actually really strong, and it's really worth understanding these mechanics. So please like, share, and subscribe for more videos, guys. If you have any cool or interesting ideas for Bloodseeker in his talent tree and item build, please comment down below. I will see you all next time in the next video.